What is up, everyone? It's Blake.
Abby.
And Kayla.
Let's sit down and open this cardboard box.
I'm Dawn. And today is all about me. Fun fact, I'm a pro at pogo sticking.
Okay, that's a great introduction.
Yeah.
Today is all about Kayla. We did Abby 2
2 weeks
Two
ago?
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
'Cause we
ago.
mixed
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because we
just a
skipped
week.
one. And so we figured to get a better basis on us, it's Kayla's turn.
We'll continue with the
With the saga.
individual saga.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, guys, we tried this yesterday.
Yeah.
The pod wasn't podding yesterday,
No.
so we made up a
Long day of volleyball. Long weekend of volleyball.
long weekend
Again?
of everything.
Yeah.
It was a very fun weekend, but it was just
amazing.
It was
a very demanding weekend.
Yes. So today's Monday, and it's all about Kayla.
And she had some more time to deliberate on what she wanted to talk about, and I think she's ready. I think
I
she's
think
ready
so
to
too.
ace this.
Do you
Gold
think you
star.
could ace your own test?
Nope. But I'm gonna try. What do they say? D's get degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Degrees. Yeah.
Or
That's what we're-
degrees.
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming for.
So Kayla, you just met some random person on the street. How would you briefly describe yourself to give them a very good glimpse into who you are?
Hi, I am Bill, and I will give you $3 million if you give me 3 great facts about yourself.
Okay.
Wow.
I collect spoons for a living.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, not for a living.
Where's-
No, it's for a living.
Where's that one from? Arizona, I
I
think.
think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's at Arizona.
I'm obsessed with old people.
Oh, I forgot we were gonna dress
Oh,
like
yeah.
old people today.
I'm obsessed with old people. What else? The bleach soaked into my brain at a very young age.
That's not
wait,
where I
what?
thought you were gonna go. This girl gets bleach on everything.
Oh, I know. I've seen
Literally?
like 3 or 4
Oh,
different
yeah.
sweaters.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
That's not what I was referring to, but that also.
Yeah. I was gonna say like 10 or 12.
Oh, see, I've only seen 3 or 4.
Nope. Every single piece of clothing that I wear while I clean gets bleach on it.
Yikes.
Doesn't matter how hard I try to
Dude, I
avoid
could
it.
paint in like a white shirt with black paint and not get a drop
You
on
saw
me.
me painting. Just
Yeah.
imagine me with bleach.
She doesn't even have to be cleaning to get bleach.
Yeah, I don't even
on
have to be
her
in the vicinity of
sweatshirt.
bleach.
Gotta get dirty before you can get clean, right?
I guess, yeah.
But bleach is cleaning.
You think there's a reason? Is there something from your childhood that made you this careless?
I don't think I try to be careless. It just
It just follows you?
it just happens. Yeah.
Okay. Speak
Um,
of your childhood, though.
Speak of my childhood.
Yeah, let's dive into
What do
your
you wanna know?
childhood. What's your earliest memory from your childhood?
From a young age. Okay.
Very first, earliest
very
memory.
first. Okay, I don't know how old I was when this happened, but I was very young. But I have a younger brother who's 3 years younger than me, so I had to have been, I don't know how old I was, but he was just like barely at that walking age, and like, you know, so growing up, we had goats, a ton of goats.
What'd you do with these goats?
My grandparents milked goats.
Okay.
They also used to own a dairy farm.
A goat milk dairy?
No, like
Oh,
a cow dairy farm.
okay.
And then they transferred over to goats, I guess.
Okay. Are they easier?
I don't think so.
Okay, sorry.
They were a
Good
pain.
money with goat milk, I think.
Yeah, people
though.
pay big money for goat milk. It's like
Interesting.
$14 a gallon.
Uh-huh. Screw that. I heard it's gross.
Yeah, we'll get into
Mhm.
that.
Okay.
Okay. So we had goats, and if you don't know, baby goats are rambunctious and
yeah.
they like to jump.
I've seen them hopping around and stuff. Yeah.
So we had baby goats all over in the yard. And it was like me, my brother, my grandparents. I think my cousins were
Did
there
they ever
too.
trash the yard?
Yes. They're menaces.
Yeah, they're like little carp of the land.
Yeah, they are. And we were out there just like playing with them, you know, getting familiar with the goats. And my little brother was standing next to this little like round flower pot thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it had like fencing around it. And it's like small, but it had like this fencing around it. And the top of it was like spikes, kind of. Like just there would be like a piece of wire that would go over top of it, but it was like removed.
Oh,
It was like
it should have been a square, but it was cut, so it was
Yeah.
okay. I know. What you're
Yeah.
talking- It's like the cattle fencing.
yeah.
Okay.
And my brother was standing next to it, and a baby goat hopped on over, and hopped onto his back, like pushed him over, and he fell onto it, and it like stabbed him in the stomach.
Like how deep? Like straight up
Not
stab?
that deep, but like deep enough. He has a scar.
Jeez. And then, so like, what was the aftermath of that? Like, did you go to the hospital or kind of just
No.
holistic
No.
I
healing?
hope he didn't poke an organ.
He didn't
Alright.
go in that deep, so
Oh.
he like obviously he was fine. It was just superficial.
Yeah.
So
I think
what?
My grandparents were like, drank some silver.
What
Yeah.
age was this? Did you say?
I don't know, young. So he's 3 years younger than me, and he was just at like the walking, like just past the walking stage. Yeah, my grandpa and my grandma took him inside, and they vet wrapped his stomach.
No.
Yeah.
That wrap will do anything. Mine's
Yep.
my go-to is electrical tape.
Yep.
Whenever I get a ouchie.
I guarantee if we had electrical tape, that if that was the first thing that they saw, they probably would have used that instead of vet wrap.
Okay, so we go from the farmland
The farmland.
assaulting you and your family,
No, it just assaulted my little brother. I
Okay.
just stood back and laughed.
and then what was the next big phase of life?
The next big phase of life, probably divorce.
Okay.
Divorce.
Yes, we love,
divorced at that
we love
young?
some
I
divorce.
did. I did. Well, I got divorced a few times in preschool.
You did?
In preschool, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Out in the playground.
Oh, you
I've
had
only
some
been
pretty
divorced once.
failed relationships in preschool.
Quite a few, yeah.
Jeez.
Really quick too, within the span of like 20 minutes.
Were they good while they lasted though? They kind of prep you for the real world.
I think
of
so. Yeah, it
relationship?
really helps soften the blow. Later on in my childhood, I'll try to keep us on topic.
I know it's all up to you today, Kayla. I don't
Okay,
know
divorce.
What is going on? Divorce.
My
Okay.
parents divorced when I was like 4 or 5, somewhere in there. I don't know.
Okay. I'm new to the
Um,
divorce scene, so
Yeah,
you gotta teach me
Just
a little
wait.
bit.
I got you. I'm a
It's
pro.
fun. Yeah, same.
It's fun. It made my childhood
Childhood.
interesting. Childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents got divorced. From what I've heard, it was very messy, but I don't really remember.
Uh-huh.
Like I think the rest of my family kind of kept us away from
Oh yeah.
the messy part. But like after that, we me and my brother started going from my dad's house to my mom's house, back to my dad's house.
See,
my
I never
mom's
had to
house.
deal with
Yeah.
the whole.
It was
'Cause,
fun.
it was just a
I
few
got to
months
We
ago.
only
be
did
So,
it a
you know what I
few
mean?
times.
So I never had
really?
to.
Yeah, she only. I think we only.
What was
went
it
to half of
like
them.
having to bounce between houses?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a pro at packing bags now.
Oh yeah. See, I remember when I'd go places as a kid, throw it in a Walmart bag. And
That's what I
call
would
it-
do
oh,
to go
okay.
at like friends' houses, but like
That's like the origin of our story. Was I brought Kayla to her dad's house.
Yeah.
Because she was staying.
Wait, what?
we'll get into it
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
later on in the timeline. But
How what? So, from what you can remember of the whole divorce thing, was it scary? Not
It was,
not like oh frightening, like just kind of like
confusing.
yeah,
'Cause
like,
it was, like,
what's going on?
Because I like lived with both my parents, and then I didn't live with them together anymore. But it wasn't like terrible necessarily.
Yeah.
The whole bouncing back and forth, it wasn't that bad, honestly. I got a lot of Christmases and a lot of Thanksgivings and a lot of
Mom,
Easters.
Dad, those grandparents, these grandparents.
Yeah.
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 How
Took
long was
advantage
the
of it.
process of the divorce?
I'm not sure.
You
I
don't
don't
remember
remember.
Okay.
I think it was quick.
Yeah.
Beats me.
Beach me.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a kid.
Just a
Or I
kid.
was.
I was just a kid.
Just a baby.
Yeah. So essentially, we get
so
kidnapped.
so you got kidnapped.
Oh yeah, by my mother.
It's so casually.
So casually too. Yeah.
Yeah, how did it start? You remember?
She's like, "Hey, I'm picking you up.
and
Let's
you
go."
did you not think like, whoa, you weren't supposed to pick me up today? What are you doing?
Because they didn't really tell us. Like,
It'd just be like, oh, you're going to your mom's.
Yeah.
Like today for that.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Was it like a scheduled thing? Like, was it 7 days, 7 days? You know what I mean? Or was it kind of just sporadic?
It was a little bit sporadic at the
Oh, so it
beginning.
wasn't weird.
But like later on, it got more on a schedule.
Uh-huh.
Like when we were younger, sporadic. So I was like, "Oh, it's my mom. Let's
Mhm.
go.
Let's
I'll hop
go.
in. Easy.
Adventure time.
Adventure time." Yeah. So she takes us to her side piece's house,
Okay.
And my dad had no idea because he was out working. So she just scooped us up and she's like, "You're coming with me." So yeah, she took us over there, and I think that we were there for like 2-ish weeks, somewhere around there. And it wasn't like
it didn't like ring a bell in your head like I should be at my dad's right now?
No, because I was with my mom. I was like, "Oh, I'm with my mom."
Okay.
Like it's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. My mom's here, you know. And while I was there, the only thing that I remember while being there was that her like boyfriend thing had gotten me this thing to play with. I'm assuming because I was probably like bored sitting in this house for.
So they weren't like taking you out and about? Like
No,
they were
we were
low-key
in the house.
They were low-key hiding you?
Hiding us basically.
Oh.
And he bought me one of those like wind up hamster things with all the tunnels, so I could just play with it on the ground.
Zoo.
Yes, something like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Because my
and
mom got me one of those for one of my birthday. I think you had it like.
Are they those little automated things that like roll
You
around?
press the button and they
Something
move.
like that, yeah. And they just go. They zoom through the tunnels. Yeah.
And they like.
And it's big enough for you to go through them too?
No, they're
No,
like they're
they have
little. They're
mini
like
tunnels.
that tall.
Oh.
This was before her tunnel.
But it's just like on the floor, and you just watch it zoom through the tunnels. Kept me occupied.
Oh, you're just like, wow.
And then eventually we got a knock at the
You're
door.
like, why is this Zuzu pet sound like a cop car?
Yeah, that's very strange. I've never heard that before. Yeah, one day a police officer knocked on the door and was like, hand him over. Like, give me the children.
Give me the Zuzu pets.
Give me the Zuzu pets. Yeah. And that part was scary because once we got outside, there was like cop cars everywhere and, you know, like sirens, lights. And like my aunt and my cousins were out there. And like when I got up to them, they were like hugging me like I had just died.
So how old were the boys at that point? Your cousins?
They were older. I don't know. Because they're
3 and 4.
Why were
5 years older than me, and then
4
4
and 5
years.
years older.
3 years older and 5 years older. So they were like 8 to.
Oh, so they like were. They knew what was going on.
Yeah, they knew
like,
what was going on.
Oh, but you
that's
didn't.
Scary.
No, I was
Yeah.
confused until I got in the car. And
So
they
why
were
was
like,
it so alarming that she had taken? You know what I mean? Like, what did she?
Because I think that she was trying to take us so that I'm assuming that my dad was trying to fight for like full custody. Maybe that's what the deal was. And so she was like, no,
They're mine.
they're mine.
Oh dang.
So I'm not really sure though, because obviously they didn't talk to me about that because I was just a kid. They were
You're
like,
just a baby.
yeah, so that happened, and then life went on as normal.
You went back to your dad's.
Went back to my dad's house, and then eventually we started doing the whole thing of.
Oh, so she was allowed to have
She had visitation rights, yeah.
Did they have to be like watched?
They were supposed to be, but they weren't.
Oh. How was your dad? Do you remember how your dad was after he got you back? Like, was there
a big change? Was he like?
I don't remember.
More fatherly. If that makes sense.
He
like,
was more like I think because of that, like later on in my life, he was more like cautious about when we went to my aunt or to my mom's.
Yeah.
Yeah, did anyone try to put it into your head like your mom's a bad person?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But like later on, I figured that out myself.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have to tell me anymore. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I know what's going on.
Yeah. True
And
colors.
that's like the hardest to find out. Like, it doesn't matter how many times somebody can tell you. It's like
Yeah, because
when
you'll
you
still be
find
like,
out for
that's my
yourself,
parent, you
yeah.
know? And then you figure
when
it
you
out.
figure it out for yourself, you're like, ugh, I wish I would have listened.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that I didn't listen. But at the same time, like.
So how was jumping back into life after a kidnapping?
After
What happened
kidnapping,
next?
I don't really remember. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, we went back to my dad's house and, like, carried on as normal on the little goat farm.
Well, I just feel like it wouldn't feel weird because it's your mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it didn't.
Yeah, like
until,
it's legally a kidnapping, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But like
Until they came and, like, picked us up and everybody was, like, panicking. I was
yeah, like
Whatever. Yeah.
but I've also never been through that, so.
Yeah.
and we went back and
Wait,
carried
so
on as normal.
you weren't in school yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I was like, didn't everyone at school say anything? Like, bro,
I don't
you know what I
think
mean?
Right?
Like when Abby went back to school and
The 4th grade.
faked her death.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that. No. And I can't say I've ever done that.
Yeah, what's the craziest thing you remember
Yeah.
doing being like a youngin?
Yeah.
A youngin?
Like around this age, like around the age we're talking about. What's like the
what was?
dumbest thing you can remember doing?
Oh my gosh.
What?
I can't wait for you to zoom in on that face.
What
It
happened?
just popped into my head, and I don't think I've ever talked about this before. Like a little bit later on, I go to school, and I'm in like probably kindergarten, something like that. And you know how on like the last day of school you'd have like a field day?
Oh, okay, like
I
blow
was
up
not about
toys
that.
and stuff.
I was not about that. I didn't like it for some reason.
Wait, so what would you do instead?
So field day came around, and I'm like, I don't want to participate. Like, this is
Uh-huh.
stupid. And all the teachers are like, you have to. Like,
You have to have fun.
you have to. Like, I couldn't get out of it for some reason.
Because the teachers don't want to stay up at the school. They're like,
No, but it was outside of the school.
How many
yeah,
kids
but
were in
they
your
don't want to like
class?
stay in the school.
There were quite a few. This was at a bigger school.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And we were all, I think that like most of the kids are playing like hopscotch or something like that, and I was like,
You
I
don't do
don't
that at
want to.
recess, anyways.
I don't want to. No.
Uh-huh.
I was the weird kid that like
Well, that's
sat and
what
played in the bark.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is a field day, like, why are you doing stuff you do on a normal recess
Right.
day?
We had squirt guns and water balloons.
We're just trashing on Kayla right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lame.
Don't ask me. But I wasn't about it. I didn't want to
Anyways,
do it. I
anyways.
was like, I don't want to do this. This is stupid. And I tried to get out of it. I was like, I don't want to. And like the teacher's like, oh no, honey, like you have to. You're gonna do it. Like,
Uh-huh.
And so in my little demented head, I'm like, I gotta figure out how to get out of this. I'm like, this is stupid. I don't want to do
What did
this.
you do? I'm like, I
Hmm?
want to know.
What did I do?
Yeah, like
I'm just
leading
like-
up
I'm
to
just
it.
I know.
I'm getting you guys on your toes.
You
so
are.
Yeah.
Be standing up here soon.
I know.
So I was like, okay, I don't want to do this. So I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? I'm like, yeah, go for it. And then come back because you're going to play. I'm like, okay, cool. I go to the bathroom, and my little demented head, I'm like, I'm going to do something to like hurt myself.
Did you pee your pants
Two.
on purpose?
No, I didn't. That sounds so bad. But I was like, I'm going to like harm myself so that I don't have to do this.
What?
I'm like injured. I can't play. I took that door stall and I slammed my finger in it, and I came back and I was like crying 'cause obviously it hurt. And I was like, this is before that. I was like, this is a great idea. I'm gonna get out of it.
Oh my god.
I got out of it.
Oh my gosh.
They taped my fingers together.
They just taped
and
them
they're like-
together?
They're like, you can sit out.
And go play.
Yeah,
No,
right.
They let me sit out.
Oh my gosh. That was a good one.
You're
That was a good one.
I
That's
got out
awesome.
of it.
That's
Was
so
not
smart.
expecting that.
I got
but
out of
that
it.
was a good
No.
one.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's
I don't think I've
awesome.
ever told that story.
That was a good one.
We had fun field days. We got like face paint.
Abby's just still blown
No,
away.
like they I'm sure it would have been fun. But I just
Granted,
didn't
they
want to.
were
Just
in
didn't wanna
kindergarten.
play it.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, so we're. Oh, I didn't go to the same school at that age. We
don't know,
blessed
I
our
just didn't-
animals.
You blessed them?
We would have a day where everyone could bring their animals, and I was like,
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
brought their horse.
Yeah.
Speaking of animals, do you guys want to hear why I have such hatred for milk?
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
it involves animals. It involves
Okay.
the
Yeah,
goats.
I don't know if I've even ever heard this.
I mean, I liked milk growing up, but like this just ruined it. So, like when I was young, we would drink like cow's milk.
Uh-huh.
And then my little brother had to ruin it. He was like lactose intolerant or something. So you know what we had to drink instead?
Goat milk?
Goat milk. And it was horrible at first.
They
But
wouldn't even
then-
let you just drink regular milk?
No, we just didn't have cow
Oh.
milk in the vicinity.
And they didn't like go to the store to buy it?
Not just for me, no.
Oh. She
No.
don't need it.
She don't need it.
I don't need it that bad.
Go get her, I'll slam my finger in a door.
Right?
It's so demented. But yeah, after a while, the goat milk started to taste like good. I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
this is good. I can live off this. And then like years later, a few years, probably like 5 years later, we tried to switch back to cow milk because my brother wasn't like lactose intolerant anymore. He was
Oh,
like
it's a
magically
miracle.
like,
Yeah.
he was fine.
I mean, I used to be allergic to
And-
shellfish, and I'm not anymore, so.
Yeah, and the cow milk tasted like dirty, stinky, wet socks.
Ew.
Like, this is disgusting, and it just ruined it for me. I can have milk in like cereal, but I cannot drink
What is
a
that
glass
called?
of milk.
It's like Arfid, or what is it? You know what I'm talking about? It's like that, this, like the fear of foods. Anyways,
I know what you're talking about. I
Okay.
don't think that's what it's called though.
It's not called that. It's called like.
because there's this girl on Instagram or something who's like, follow me on my Arfid journey, and she like tries these foods,
Oh,
and
I
it
don't know
makes
then.
her like bawl because she's so scared of them.
I'm not scared of milk.
Oh.
I refuse to drink a glass of milk.
See, I'm scared of ranch.
What?
Abby drinks glasses of milk at home,
Do you have any?
and it
Okay,
gives me the ick
so
so bad.
that's one of your like icks is milk.
People who drink just a straight glass of milk, like you can have milk in like cereal or like but if you just drink a straight glass of milk,
But chocolate milk is okay.
chocolate milk is okay, but
I used to be obsessed with chocolate milk.
but straight milk, like I despise that.
Around here, I would imagine, like when I moved over here, everyone to kind of know each other, just because it's
Yeah.
so small. But then, you know what I mean?
There's like cliques though.
Well, when I first moved to that school in 4th grade, my cousins had already moved from the school I was at to this school,
So
so they kind of like helped me, like they introduced me to like some kids.
Oh,
that
so it wasn't
were-
just total like in the dark. Just
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they helped a little
Okay.
bit. But middle school, what do you want to know
What were
about
you
middle
doing
school?
in middle school?
How would you describe yourself in
Yeah.
middle school? Who was Kayla in middle school?
Were you like
Who
a
was-
sporty gal?
No, I didn't.
Academic gal?
I didn't play any sports. I did dance. I
There
was a
you
little tap dancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it.
The school had that
No, it was
Oh.
like a
club thing.
club thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I didn't play any sports in middle school. I wasn't into sports.
It just didn't cross your mind.
Mm-mm. I didn't grow up like
Sporty.
involved in sports. No,
Yeah.
I grew up drinking goat milk.
Oh
so,
my gosh. Spit and chew on the farm.
yeah,
Literally.
yeah. So 7th grade and 8th grade were my middle school years. So
Okay.
7th grade, I was like,
Oh, yeah, because those schools,
yeah, there's like 5 different
like
grades.
K through 6 is
K through
element-
4th is elementary.
Oh, okay.
And then you go to like an intermediate school and it's 5th and 6th. And then middle school is 7th and 8th, and then high school.
That's
Oh.
crazy. That's so many
Yeah,
different schools.
I
to go
know,
to.
right?
Yeah, I went through all of them.
Because that's like right before you go into high school. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's.
I don't know. Like in the beginning of my 7th grade year, I found my like little clique of like friends who later on helped me get into trouble.
Oh, so you were the trouble clique.
Yeah, everybody was like, I mean, at first I was like good,
You
and then like halfway through that
they
year,
corrupted you.
I hit like a rough patch in life, and I was just like going downhill.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna rebel. Like, I don't know. I think at that age I was like starting to understand the whole like divorce thing,
Oh,
and then like
so
the switching, and I was like, I think I was mad at my parents for
everything
it.
was sinking in.
So I was like just an angry child.
Yeah.
At this point I wasn't slamming my fingers in doors anymore,
Okay.
but
Well, that's good.
You could control your
yeah.
dementedness a little
But
bit
I was but I acted out in other ways.
more. Okay.
As
What was
in-
As in,
Yeah, like what was the craziest thing you did in middle school?
oh man, I'm
Like,
not.
what was the
Did you ever like steal, like, did you ever like get something taken from, like, the teacher ever take something from you and then you take it from the drawer? Were you one of those
I
kids?
did
Yeah.
actually. Did I tell? I've told you about this, right?
I don't think so.
No, because that's exactly what happened.
why is this was not a thing that happened in my school. Like it didn't go to the drawer, it went to the freaking security guard or something and
We
it
didn't
was
have
gone.
security.
Oh, yeah. No, ours just went to the drawer.
Well, okay, so not proud of this, but I was smoking the dab pen in the
Yes. Okay.
in the
yeah.
middle
In
school
middle
bathroom.
school?
Yes,
It was.
that's
did
how
you-
I decided to rebel.
How did you acquire a dab
I
pen in middle
stole
school?
it from a parent.
Took it
Sort
to
of
school?
stole it, kind of. Halfway was given to me, halfway was stolen.
No
I-
shit.
Yeah, and that happened a couple of times. I got suspended for it,
Oh, you got suspended
I
for
got
it. Well, I would
suspended for it.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
but they didn't. Like the first two
That's before weed
times.
was legal, too.
Right. You gotta know. Like I don't. Yeah,
I'm not-
I won't even. That was not like crossing my mind in middle school. I don't even know if I knew what a dab
I
pen
think it's
was.
also because one of the girls that I was really good friends with had a few years earlier moved from a neighboring state, and her friend somehow really got into that at a very young age.
Damn.
And so she also kind of helped. I won't.
Yeah.
I did it to myself, but
Yeah.
she
Introduced.
already
yeah.
knew about it. So when I was like, oh, I wanna, she was like, oh
My
yeah,
turn.
oh yeah, I've done it. Like, cool. Yeah. So the first 2 times I got suspended, I didn't. They never found it.
Oh.
I was
Oh,
sneaky
they could just
and
smell
I
it or what?
hit it. I was just dumb. I'm sure people were in the bathroom when I was doing it, and I got snitched on or
Oh
something.
my gosh. Oh, so you're just like out and like.
I was
the
in a
sink
stall.
area- Oh, okay.
I was in a stall, but I don't know. I always got snitched on,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't tell people, so I don't really know how
Yeah.
exactly I got caught.
That's
I'm
good.
sure I looked stoned
Nobody
out of my
liked
mind.
you.
Yeah. Wait, so did you know of her in middle school?
No.
Not until high school?
Yeah,
Well, like, I knew of her from that one party, but I completely, like,
but
Party.
from the girl's little birthday party.
we've
In, like,
we've
fifth
talked about this
grade.
before.
Oh.
And, but other than that, I had, like,
We weren't friends.
no clue
Oh.
who she was.
Yeah.
Just like some mutual like
Yeah.
acquaintance kind of thing.
Yeah.
I had a picture of her on my wall for a long time, though, because we'd made posters
Uh-huh.
for the girl's birthday, and we'd taken photos, and, like, her dad had printed them off that night so we could make posters.
Mm-hmm.
So Kayla was, like, on my wall for a long time. I was like, I don't know who this
Maybe
girl
it
is.
just like manifested her
That's
becoming your
right.
friend, having
Yeah.
her.
Maybe.
know.
So
Yeah. So
was that like the majority of your middle school experience being a little
Yeah.
heathen?
Yeah. I was a heathen. I was a terrible child. I was mean
Your little
and
pothead middle
vicious.
schooler?
Yeah. And then the third time
Did
of
you ever
me,
get in fights?
No.
You were in a fighter?
Not until high school.
Oh, okay. So
We'll
high school
get
comes
into it.
around. Okay.
We'll get into it.
Okay.
So I'm still in middle school at this point. I'm on my. I'm about to get suspended for the third time for smoking weed.
So every
And
time
this
has been
time-
for smoking
yes.
weed? Oh, okay.
Not every time, but so far.
But so far.
Oh, okay.
yes. So this is my third time in middle school. I'm about to get suspended, and I had the dab pen on me,
Uh-oh.
and like,
Caught red-handed.
I also had a bunch of like personal
Green-handed.
things going on in my family. So I'm like at like a breaking point
Yeah.
because I'm like rebelling, and then I have all these big things happening like at home.
Yeah, you're just ready to like explode.
Yeah.
You're just, yeah.
So the principal like calls me in, and he's like, I know that you were smoking weed in the bathroom again. And I just start crying. And I'm like, yeah, I did it. And I gave him my dab pen because he asked for it. And this was my third time, and I'm just like done. I'm like, I don't even care. So I give it to him, and I'm like having a whole like mental breakdown. And then he like steps out of the office, and he leaves me in there to like chill out because I'm like freaking out.
Yeah.
They're just having a mental breakdown. He leaves me in there, and he walks out, I think to have one of the office ladies call my parents. And he had put in the dab pen in his desk drawer before he left. And so he walked out, and I went over there, and I took it back. And then he came back in, and he was like, okay, your parents are on the way. And my mom literally lived like 5 minutes from the school, so she was like instantly there. And I made my way out with that thing in my pocket.
No. Whatever happened after that?
I don't know, I got expelled.
Maybe that was the
I
nail.
don't know.
That was probably the nail in the coffin.
I don't know.
He's probably like, yeah, she's done.
But he did feel bad
Do
for
you
me.
think that if you wouldn't have taken it, you would have got expelled, or did he expel you before you took
I
it?
think he was going to expel me because this was my third
Yeah.
strike.
Yeah.
He's like,
Think
what am
about
I
it.
going to do with the
But
dab
you're
pen?
if
Yeah.
you're in district, it's also different.
No, I think that I was because of the severity of
Yeah.
the
Third time's
Well,
a charm, right?
Yeah.
That and also
Mhm.
being in middle school.
in middle school. I was so young.
So, and you were pretty much done with middle school at that point?
Yeah, this was middle of my 8th grade year.
So what'd you do from there?
So then I get expelled, and then my aunt is like, okay, this whole like living with your parents thing, it's obviously not working.
Not
like
working.
you got issues.
Yeah.
You're gonna come live with me.
Well, you weren't even living with your parents. You were just living with...
I was like back.
living.
Yeah, you were
bouncing.
just bouncing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's like, this is not working for you, obviously, because you are out of control.
Yeah. So how did she
So-
find out about all this?
Because my dad told her.
Okay.
She is my dad's sister.
Uh-huh.
And so literally over the weekend. I think that this happened on like a Thursday.
It was so fast.
Yeah, so this happened on like a Thursday. I come home and like I'm kind of getting grilled, but I like spent most of my time in my room. And then my aunt was like, you're going to come live with me. So over the weekend,
Who's grilling you?
my dad.
Oh, okay.
Because I was at his house. He brought me back to his house.
And what was he like? How did he parent?
Yeah.
From like seeing him talk to
He
you,
didn't even know
he
what to
doesn't seem
say.
like a mean guy. Like,
No.
how does he?
He didn't even know. He didn't know how to handle it, I
Uh-huh.
don't think. Especially because he's slow.
Yeah.
We pack all my stuff up over the weekend, and I move into her house over there
Okay.
because she was living with her fiance at the time. And so then Monday morning, we go into the school, and like I'm sitting in the principal's office, I guess.
Wait, the one you just got expelled from?
No.
Oh, the new
new
one.
school.
Okay,
the new
okay.
school. And she's going through like my transcripts and like my thick ass file. And she's like, okay, well,
We got a good one
since
here.
you're technically like you have a suspension that you have to complete. She was like, you can't start school for another few days. You have like we have to honor that suspension.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that was a
That's
thing.
so
Yeah.
weird.
So
Oh, so you got suspended from this school and then expelled
then-
from this school.
and then over the weekend I move.
So it's like you still are technically suspended. What?
Yeah. So they're like, we have to honor this.
That's stupid.
And then I started living with my aunt.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah.
So how's that work? Do you still do school while you're
Nope.
suspended?
Nope. I was just spending my time getting comfortable in my new home and getting grilled at the same time for my bad decisions.
Like, I'm surprised they don't send you schoolwork home to work on while you're suspended, because why aren't more kids lashing
Well,
out?
I don't know.
At that point, also, though, if she's brand new, they don't know what to send her because you don't know what you're expecting.
Yeah. Because the curriculum from there to there was way different.
Way different.
Way different.
Like, not as good over there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad.
Yeah. So, what's it like? Only, like, I have 2 sisters. I don't have any brothers. So, what's it like living with or growing up with, like, a brother?
He's, first of all, he's younger than me and he's autistic. So I feel like we didn't have like a relationship. I mean, we did, but it was very like
Surface?
in our own way.
Like,
Like not a typical, because
Yeah.
yeah.
he's not like a typical child. But I mean, I feel like we were really close. It's not like we could talk to each other about things, but like
Yeah.
we were always like hanging out and like,
You found a way to kind of...
yeah. He
Make
once hit
it-
me in the face with a shovel
He dropped a TV on her, too.
and he dropped a TV on
He
me.
went shovel girl on you.
Yeah, he went shovel girl on me.
Yeah.
Right here, if you feel, you can feel the like,
Scar tissue?
no, there's a like a divot in my bone.
Oh, like hit you.
Like hit me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shovel boy.
That-
Yeah, shovel boy.
That makes me think of...
Yeah.
I was in our sandbox one time, and we had a tent, we had a tent out there, and one of my cousins got really pissed, and we were hiding in the tent, and like went to hit the tent with a baseball bat, and I was sitting right where he, and just wham, like whacked me in the back of the head. Like, yeah. Anyways, sorry, just had to throw that out there.
Baseball boy.
Baseball
and
boy.
Shovel boy.
Bat
yeah.
boy and shovel boy.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, we had like our own little relationship, and then with my dad, it was like very, very strange because I was like rebelling, so like I didn't want to talk to him,
Oh, okay.
and he also, I don't think he knew of a way to come and talk to me about things because he's also very slow.
Uh-huh.
So, and he also just doesn't like think of things like the way
Yeah.
like we do, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It was just a...
but I mean,
So I
You
wonder,
figured
like...
it out, though.
Yeah.
like on
Yeah.
some level we had a good relationship. It was like really rocky when I was like rebelling,
Uh-huh.
but like even
Because he
through
probably
that,
didn't really know how to parent you.
yeah,
during
he was
all
like,
that, huh?
he probably was like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I don't know, beat her ass.
Yeah, right.
That probably wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah.
I probably would have
Probably
been
would
like,
have fueled your
I'm
fire
gonna do
even
it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. We had like a odd relationship, but it was a good one.
Yeah.
I mean,
So who did you kind of go to for your aunt? I'm assuming was kind of your
she was like my person after that because
Yeah.
she like,
laid down the law.
and she was like a mother figure to
Yeah.
me. And she laid down the law.
Cause when did you stop going to your mom's?
When that last time I got expelled.
Oh, so when you
Because
went to that
there was
school.
like some things that were going on in my at her house, and I finally, like, when I had that mental breakdown in the office, I, like, came clean about things, and they were like, oh, you can't go over there anymore.
Yeah.
So then I stopped going to my mom's, and then I just lived with my aunt.
Do you think that helped a lot?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
once you got over there, didn't you
mean-
kind of start to incline? Or did it get
Well,
worse?
Very
That-
slowly. I was still, like, rebelling, because, like, I don't know, it was, like, a big shift in my life, and I
Yeah.
was, you know.
Well, and
So-
like the thing about the school over there is like 95% of the kids, like they were like sport kids. They weren't out doing like stupid things, and if they were, it was drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the worst I think really anyone did was take some Adderall.
Uh-huh. Like it wasn't...
Like nobody did anything like crazy, so it was also like a big like almost like culture shock because we're all like,
Yeah.
are you going to the game this week? Like, oh, we've all got sports after practice. Like, no time to anything.
So think about how uncultured I am right now, and think about little uncultured, rebellious Kayla going to this new school. And I'm like, what the hell? It's like hillbilly Hicktown.
Yeah.
And my aunt was like, you can't sit at home and do bad things here, so you're going to go out and you're going to do sports. So the first time I got suspended at this
Wait,
new
so
school.
does she have kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
My older two cousins.
Okay.
Yeah. But they were like, fuck this little girl, because
Oh, they wanted nothing to do with
They
you?
were
Well, I
like
mean,
a
they were, like-
sophomore and a senior.
They're older
at
than
the
me.
Point.
Uh-huh.
So it was, yeah.
something like freshman and junior, I think.
Okay.
No,
Yeah. No, it's sophomore and junior.
sophomore and senior, because they're 2 years apart. Yeah.
They're only 1 grade apart though.
Are they? I don't know, but they're older, so they're like, fuck this little girl. Like, what is she doing here? Like, my mom just came and, like, took my little cousin in. Like, is this my new sister? I think that they were like,
On top of that, just moving in with
yeah.
a guy and his 3 kids.
Yeah. And
Wait.
my aunt's fiance had 3 kids, too.
Oh, so there's like 6 of you.
Mhm.
When I moved there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us living in this house.
Holy moly.
So 6 kids,
and 2 adults.
2 adults.
Oh, damn.
So I think my older 2 cousins were like,
And they
she's
were
getting into trouble and you're going to bring her here.
Yeah.
Right. And
You
they
know.
were still having to commute all the way over there.
Because they were
every
still
single
going to the
day.
school that I was going to.
Oh.
They never
They
transferred.
didn't transfer to over here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, yeah. And then I made friends with the 2 girls. So, my aunt's fiance's children.
Uh-huh.
I made friends with them. But, on the school bus, I was actually on the school bus with, I think Abby was on the
Yeah,
school
I was
bus.
on the bus.
You weren't friends yet, though?
No, I was sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the other girl was on the school bus too, but she wasn't a part of it. Yeah, so then I got suspended
we
for
were
that.
sitting right across from each other. I remember it was traumatic.
I don't even
Why?
know
Because-
how anybody
so
found out either.
The year prior, the same thing happened with 3 other girls.
Uh-huh.
So Jessie smelt it.
Jesse.
That was our coach.
Okay.
She smelt it, and as soon as she smelt it, woke all of us up, ripping our blankets off of us. What is even happening? And on top of that, one of the girls that was so much with that. One of the girls that got suspended with her for that, her mom was also one of the coaches, and got special treatment so bad. My freshman year, when I got suspended, she also got suspended. I was suspended for 7 days, and she got suspended for 2 days and didn't have to miss any practices. I had to miss 7 practices.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
See, with that, nobody ever came, because we were in the back of the bus. Nobody ever came back there. So I think after ripping everybody's blankets off, she's like, oh, I know who did this.
Oh.
And then
Wait, so
they-
she didn't catch you during
No.
that? Oh.
No, nobody caught us. They just
Smelt it.
smelt it, and then they're like, oh, I know.
Whoever
did
smelt it,
this.
dealt it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
And you could tell by looking at me back then that I was like a little
Heathen.
heathen.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, we know who did this. And I don't think I was the first person to get pulled in to get talked to after that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was the second person, but they pulled me in and they're like,
Oh, so there was an investigation for this.
Oh, yeah.
pretty much by the AD and shit, yeah. And they're like, nobody is fessing up, but we know you did it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I did it. It was me.
Hmm.
It was me.
Whoa, good
It was
job.
mine. And I didn't tell them
Uh-huh.
that, like, the others were involved, but they were like, I guess they just knew. And I'm not really quite sure if they ever caught, like, camera footage on the school bus or not. But I got the least amount of suspension because I was like, I did it. Eventually, I was like, yeah.
What's there to hide?
You guys already know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Was
lie
there
anymore.
ever a point where you were like, man, I want to stop getting suspended?
Yeah, later on.
Okay.
See, but at
We'll get
that
to
point, the volleyball girls had no clue it was you.
Oh, really?
We had an idea, like, we were like, she's probably involved, but we thought it was other girls.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So I get suspended for that, and then basketball season comes around, and I'm forced to play that too.
Okay.
And
Well, didn't you get suspended at the end of volleyball season?
It's
you
so
couldn't play
crazy
the
that-
beginning of basketball or something like that?
no.
If you met Kayla now, you would never expect her to
No,
have been
this
this.
is not Kayla.
Yeah. Like when I first met her, then started hearing about her heathen days, I'm like, there's no way.
She was
Yeah.
scrappy.
I would have never expected this.
Yeah. And then I think actually I got suspended in between volleyball and basketball because I got
So,
suspended 3
at
times.
what
Well, I don't know
point-
because they
They
are, like,
didn't
2
overlap.
weeks. Oh, not that year. We didn't go to state that year.
At what point did you did you turn a new leaf, turn a new page in life?
So the 3rd time I got suspended, it was for alcohol.
Okay.
And it was in my water bottle. So I'm not
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
at school?
So the night this was during basketball. Never mind. So the night before we had a basketball game, and one of the other girls on the team took my water bottle home for me because I left it. So she's like, I'll take it home and then I'll bring it back to her. Well, she brought it back and she brought alcohol in it. And I knew about it, and I drank some of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, I don't know who she had given it to, because she had it for, like, the first part of the day until we saw each
Oh,
other.
you guys were swapping bottles. Like,
Well, I didn't know,
Oh.
like, at first. And then, like, when she came to me, she's like, hey, I have your water bottle, and there's something special in it.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, cool. Dope. So then nobody was drunk.
Uh-huh.
Like, there wasn't enough to do anything, really. And during one of my class periods, the principal comes in and she's like, Kayla, get out here. And she's like, give me your water bottle.
How did she know?
I don't know. Somebody snitched, I'm sure.
She probably set
Was
you up.
it a Gatorade bottle?
Yeah. It was like a
Yeah.
squeezy, one of those squeezy
Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Yeah. He like the
I
little
thought
twist
it
top.
was a normal Gatorade because after that we weren't allowed to have water bottles that weren't clear.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Because of you.
Sorry.
Well, no, because she wasn't the only one involved.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
But it was my water bottle.
Yeah.
So then she smells it and she's like, all right, come with me.
What was in it? Like vodka?
Vodka, I think.
Okay.
So then I get down there and they're like, who was involved? And I'm like, I don't know. It's my water bottle. That's literally all I was telling them. I was like, I don't know. It's my water bottle. But they knew that
It wasn't just you.
it wasn't just me because other people had seen other people with the water bottle.
Yeah, like it was just the sisterhood
But
of the traveling water bottle.
I was just like, no, I don't know. It was just me. Like, I have the
Yeah.
water bottle, you know? So, she calls my aunt. She's like, come pick up your heathen. Like, she's in trouble again. And I remember my aunt storming in there and she's like, get your ass in the car. And I'm like, oh shit, it's going down. It's about to go down. I get into her car and I'm literally sitting there. I'm like shaking. I'm like, what is she going to say to me? She wouldn't say anything to me.
Oh, that's
She wouldn't
even
talk to me,
worse.
which was even worse. Because I'm like,
just thinking.
when is she going to snap on me?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. And then, I forgot to mention this. Through this, I'm going through therapy for, like, home stuff.
Uh-huh.
So then after that, rehab got involved with that because they were like, you have a problem. Because I got
Oh.
suspended.
Yeah.
That was my turning point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, okay, you have a problem.
Well, at least you were, for being so young, at least you had a...
At least you had people who cared enough to
Yeah.
put you there.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it
Mhm.
now.
And at least...
Back then, I was
yeah.
like, fuck you guys.
Right.
But
I feel like
But-
usually when you're really young, you want to keep rebelling. So, with that being said...
So, do you feel like you have significantly grown, like, since then?
Because
as a
that would have been...
person?
Yeah, like high school would have been your come up.
Yeah.
Ye-
So, do
time,
you feel
right?
like
After
from,
that-
like, say like your junior year versus now, do you feel like you're a better person? Like after the fact of like your turning point and everything, and like having a year or so to like trying to like better yourself and everything, do you feel like you've continued to better yourself, or do you feel like you're kind of like still figuring it out, or like
No, I think I'm not even like the same person
no,
like at
yeah.
all. So then I like pull my head out of my ass, and I'm like a good student from then on. And I'm like getting involved in like FFA and like ASB, like stuff like that, like, you know, doing something.
Which extracurricular was your favorite? Like, which do you
Probably
think?
FFA, because I was a show kid.
I feel like there's just a lot of good people in
Yeah.
FFA,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that could have really helped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely
Yeah.
did. Yeah. I wasn't as involved in like the other club things that I was in as I was FFA.
Like, you really dove into that one.
Yeah, that was like my favorite.
Well, and did your aunt have like space for animals?
Yeah, so I had my horse over there with me,
Uh-huh.
and then I also had pigs for showing.
And did you keep anything at your dad's?
Not until my junior year, because then I ended up moving out of that house and back to
Your dad's?
in town.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
in town.
yeah, okay.
So then I moved all my animals to like our family farm,
Uh-huh.
but I was still going there, so I was like commuting.
Oh, okay.
So,
So you lived over here and went to school over there? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
realize that.
did the whole time. It was terrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there I met Abby and we became really good friends.
You want to hear a really funny story from like the first time I met Kayla's dad?
What?
So we're riding down. So where we live,
Where her house
Our-
is and my family's house is really close.
yeah. So like her family house, between like her family and my family, we own that road. We own the field on one side, and then they own the field on the other side. We
Yeah.
both have houses on each side, and so one day, like, we rode our horses. Me and my sisters rode our horses down, and we were riding down their gravel road. And I think my little sister fell off, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. And her dad comes outside.
Kayla's?
And he is just raving on how his daughter fell off one time and cracked her head open, and
You should be
she
wearing helmets.
needed
and-
to be wearing a
Yeah.
helmet, and how he had gotten the brain injury, and
Mm-hmm.
she was gonna die if we didn't put a helmet on her.
He was a little harsh.
You're gonna die!
But even after I cracked my head open when I was younger, I didn't wear no helmet.
I know, yeah.
Helmets are for wimps.
I don't think I
Yeah.
ever wore a helmet when I rode.
I
Except for
didn't.
when I showed and you had to.
Right, you had
but,
Yeah.
to.
Like English.
When I went to
Yeah.
like camps and stuff, they were like,
Yeah.
like
I think that was just part of the
liability and
attire.
like,
because
Well, yeah, it's also depending on like.
well,
the
if you're
type
showing,
of-
then yeah, your attire.
like the hunter caps, they don't even have straps. It's literally just
Yeah.
a helmet just for looks.
Yeah.
So,
No.
but yeah.
Never rodeoed, so only wore a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Where did high school Kayla picture herself now? Is this where high school Kayla would have seen herself?
Sort of ish.
Or did you even picture yourself?
No, I
doing
did. I started like actually like thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Or are you just kind of like, what bathroom am I going to smoke in next week?
No, I quit. I quit doing that. But I'm like close to where I thought I was gonna be. Cause like I'm in college now,
Uh-huh.
and I knew that's what I wanted to do. But I didn't expect to be living with like Abby
Or at home, like you thought
or
you'd go
at
to, like,
home. I thought that I would have like
before
moved
you-
out and like been like
Like moved out of...
moved
State?
out. No, like moved out of like
town.
town or something.
Oh, okay. Like,
Gone
And I
to
live in my
somewhere
family's
else.
home,
yeah.
but it's just me and Abby who live there.
Yeah.
So I didn't really picture that at all. But I did. I
Yeah.
pictured like like going to school and like, you know.
So you're pretty much on track where you thought
the
you would
most
be.
Yeah,
For,
for the
like
most part.
yourself. Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you picture high school Kayla to be here? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
like looking at it now?
Yeah.
Do you think, like, with the path that you were on, do you think that if you wouldn't have gone to rehab, you would have met in the same places you are now?
I'm sure that it would have just
Yeah.
continued to like
Continue.
escalate.
Yeah.
You're happy everything happened the way it did. I mean, I feel
Happened
like
for the best.
sometimes things like that have to happen for you
Right.
to
Yeah, well, now I have a really good perspective on
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of knowledge on it.
Yes. What does current Kayla look forward to? Like, what are your hobbies?
Ambitions.
Like, what are things you enjoy doing nowadays? Being as
Pretending
elegant and
pretending to be on a phone call while taking pictures of cute old people. That's
no,
like my signature move.
no.
Oh yeah.
So you like actually love old people?
Yeah, they're just so cute. and
Oh,
they're
okay.
so
I didn't. I thought
precious.
that was just like I love old people, but
They're just
I
so
don't know.
cute and precious. That sounds very creepy.
she has like a poster wall.
Yeah, right.
I don't.
You can start putting them on the fridge with us.
I should. That's creepy.
John's like,
I'm
wow,
not-
this random old
I
person makes
know.
the fridge, but I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, but I don't. Yeah. I
Oh, man.
won't do that, but I'll do that in the back of my head.
Alright.
Because that's a little creepy. What else? I want to learn how to knit, so I can go knit with old people.
I wonder if there's like a community for that. There's
I
got to
don't
be a
know.
community for
I
that.
tried looking up like classes near me, but nothing was popping up. So
We've
I'm
gotta
gonna
have some of the
I'm gonna
community
go check
center,
out the
or senior
retirement
center.
home.
I was just about to
And,
say, I wonder if there's
because
some.
my dad lives in the retirement home
Or
now.
check
So I'm
where
gonna go
Grandpa
check.
is. I know that they've. I'm pretty sure I
They
saw
all
that.
have like dementia and stuff.
Yeah, but they're really fun. Do you remember?
Oh
You can
They
do
are
whatever you
fun.
want, and I don't think they'll remember. You know what I mean?
I don't know if they're gonna remember how to knit so that they can teach me.
Fair enough.
I'll go check out the retirement home. I'm sure there's people in there that know how to knit.
Probably.
With all this being said, talking about friendships, growing up, la di do do do. Next week's gonna be fun. I'm excited for next week talking about because
Next
we
week
have
is all about that.
like we're gonna talk about friendship dynamics,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna actually start rolling into once my get to know me finishes. We're gonna
It's gonna get
And we'll-
good.
We're
really
gonna
pop
start
into it.
bringing in people.
Yeah.
Just kind of giving you guys a basis of who we are. That way you don't judge us too hard once we first start. You'll have a good little back knowledge of us. So you'll get to decide now if you like us or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you guys all get a free pass to judging me for being uncultured.
Yeah.
Because it's like a character trait now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so we know now. Kayla's the uncultured
I'm
one.
uncultured.
I feel like I'm just way too all over the board to have like a general.
Blake's a Karen.
No, I
his-
am not. I am not a Karen.
He's a Karen.
That was one time.
No, I don't know. How would we describe Blake? I'm uncultured. You are.
I just work here.
She just
She just
she
works
just kind of
here?
la 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 like she.
Yeah.
You are, too.
What?
But I feel like Abby
I'm what?
like la la la.
Oh.
But
La 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 la.
I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. With all that being said, guys,
You remind me of a chia pet.
a
for some
chia
reason,
because my
yeah.
hair.
Yeah. He's also the Leo Skeppy
Doppelganger.
doppelganger.
I do not see that one.
I do.
Only because those couple pictures you've shown me, but other than that, I feel like it's got to be a very
No, you guys are
specific pose. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like I don't know.
I agree.
twins. No, you're just
With
twins.
With me,
You're
yeah.
twins.
Hmm.
No, with me.
No, with Kayla.
With me.
Well, what time is it? When do you have to be out of here?
I don't know.
Whatever.
All right. Well, guys,
Let's close the box.
we're gonna close the box.
We're gonna talk to you guys next week.
Get ready for next week's. I think we'll do a little bit more brainstorming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope that helped you get to know Kayla and
Also, this episode was another drinking game. So for
Wait,
however
why?
many times
What'd
we
we
say
do?
yeah.
oh, did we do it again?
Yeah.
I did not. Okay, I did not feel like I need to work on that.
Me too.
At least we're not saying Actually, I said
I was like, you were the only one really talking, so that's gonna be
Yeah.
up to you. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys.
So drink every time you hear us say yeah. Throughout this.
Or me fidget because I could
Yeah.
not get comfy today. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're closing the box.
Right. Peace out.
See you later.